Gloucestershire farmer is planning to stop growing some crops because there are not enough workers to pick them. Martin Haynes says part of the problem is that a scheme that provides seasonal employment visas for foreigners is due to end. In a moment, I'll be talking to an MP who supports the idea of getting more British people to do the work. But first, here's our Gloucestershire reporter, Steve Nibbs.
It's courgette picking season on the farm, and these pickers are from countries like Romania and Kazakhstan. The current seasonal workers scheme means that they can only stay for 6 months and then have to go home for 5 months before coming back. And it's only just about workable for the Gloucestershire farmer who's growing here.
There are 10 people coming next week who will finish at the end of November. I could really do with them here this week, but I've had to pace it out to make sure that we have enough people. Otherwise, we have them now, and in October, November, when we're doing our pumpkins and still doing courgettes, we haven't got enough people.
And the government not only wants growers to rely more on technology, which farmers are investing in, but also on a domestic workforce.
You don't have UK people applying for your jobs?
I've been working with all the employment agencies of the government around this area for 3 years now, and as yet they haven't found me one single person.
Last week, the former Environment Secretary, George Eustace, published the results of an independent review that he commissioned into the impact of labour shortages on the food production sector. And he's now calling on the government to introduce a temporary visa scheme lasting 2 to 3 years for migrant workers.
In a statement, the government said today, we will continue to support our farmers and growers with the people they need, whilst making improvements to the seasonal workers route to stop exploitation, and will take decisive action against anyone who breaks the rules. Meanwhile, the National Farmers Union says those extra workers are needed now.
We really need to be seeing near the 55,000, and the extension to people to be able to return, not to abuse the system, but absolutely to fill those gaps in a meaningful way, both for those who want to come and work here, so it's a sustained income that means something, as well as to enable our farmers and growers to be able to invest properly long term.
Back on the farm, Martin's already decided to stop growing some crops as they can't get enough workers to pick them. All he and his fellow growers are asking for now is certainty to plan for the future supply of the food that we all need. Steve Nibbs, BBC Point.